YouTube, what the crap's going on? HeirofCarthage here, back on the Vampire campaign for Total War Warhammer, and I am ready to kick things back into high gear. Well, I say high gear. We've been very defensive lately. We haven't been able to be very offensive, unfortunately. But we've settled a couple more settlements, which is nice. Got these Varg losers right there that I've been trying to outmaneuver. If they come down here, they will be met by a pretty decent garrison, so I don't think that's going to do them any good. And the further south they go, the better my garrisons get for the most part. Oh, yeah. We got a solid garrison there. Let's see. Do have quite a bit more dark magic, and we've got our two armies put together. Both armies are replenished. They have the appropriate units. I want to say, I know Ostland has a gold mine, and it is ruins right now. I'm kind of thinking of settling Ostland. Talabek land is ruins as well. I mean, there are tons of ruins right now. Absolute crap tons of ruins. But I have so much gold. What I'm kind of thinking about doing, let's get little Air is trying to lay down for a nap and he's going crazy on the monitor. He sounds pretty cute. Let's recruit a lord here, and we'll bring Sextus the Vampire back, and let us see. I'm gonna take him. And I'm thinking of single-handedly, or using him to settle some of these areas, but if we had to, you know, I can always, like, do a quick Raise the Dead army with him. Just get a bunch of garbage units to stand in people's way. But I don't want to use up all my money just yet. Not diplomacy. Where was I wanting to go? I was wanting to go to Drakenhof and look at recruiting heroes. I'm at 2 of 2 vampires, 1 of 2 banshees, 2 of 2 white kings. And I don't have... I need a forbidden library to do the... Woo! Necromancer's Tower, huh? I have a forbidden library. Oh, I just can't recruit them over there. I can get another Necromancer as well. So I can get another Banshee and another Necromancer. Easily deceived. Well, I don't want easily deceived. That's not going to help anything at all. Let's go ahead and get the Banshee here too. These Banshees are horribly ugly. Melissa von Karstein, huh? She sounds so nice. Looks, on the other hand, maybe not so much. Let's see, Spy, and then we're going to start getting her better at Assassin. There we go. And then the Necromancer. I'm going to take all these guys up here to Ostland, which I believe... Yeah, I believe this is Ostland right here. Yep. Alright, so let's get our Necromancer and our Banshee on course to get up here. Like I said, we'll use Sextus to settle. And we'll just keep our other 2 armies for fighting off enemies. So Sextus, your next goal is to come up here. Alright, so they all have movement orders and they'll start moving that way. Let's check out our new province and see what all we can build here. Probably need defenses as quickly as possible. There we go. That'll be a good use of our money. Let's save a little bit of money for the turn in and go ahead and pop on through here. Y'all enjoying Warhammer? My gosh, I'm enjoying the crap out of this game. Like, I can't get enough of it. I am literally happy every time I get to play it and record. It's really enjoyable, and I'm kind of glad that I'm doing several campaigns at once, too, because each campaign is kind of enjoyable in its own way because each race is a little bit different and who they're fighting is a little bit different, which means your strategy for each one's just a bit different. I really like it. So it says the Doom Tide. The Chaos Horde has poured in, a remorseless tide, scouring all in its path. Yet even the most savage flood must eventually recede, leaving battered survivors to pick through the flotsam and ravaged sores. We are saved. So basically this is saying that we survived the Chaos Onslaught, and there's going to be more coming. So, understandable. I thought Sextus had a move order up here. Okay, good. Banshee has a move order. Necromancer has a move order. Perfect. Alright. So we've got all the move orders. Let's go back up here to this province. We could upgrade this. That'll give us Vargeist available up here too. That'll be helpful. Let's go ahead with that. And I'm going to end a turn and let some of my characters start moving. And we're going to get them moved up there. We're going to resettle Ostland, and there's a bunch of other places to resettle as well. I want to get a bunch of land and really get my income cranked up. It's going to require more armies to defend it, but putting up these defenses will not necessarily allow us to win every battle against a potential enemy, but it's going to give me the opportunity to cause a lot of damage. I'm going to actually take my Banshees down and start trying to assassinate some of those Chaos agents, because the Banshees are going to be the best at assassination, the quickest. And those stupid Varg guys are raiding in my province. They can go ahead and raid if they want. Chasing them is almost impossible, and I'm gonna end up chasing them all the way down into my land. The downside is they're gonna be able to get in the way of this army. But if I just move Sextus into that settlement for now, he's safe. I'm not gonna be drawn away from all my fronts by a single stupid crappy stack of a few Varg. It's just not worth my time at this point. Okay, that'll make her the best at spreading vampiric corruption. There's also Hardy, which takes away from wound recovery time. She has to go all the way up here to Accuser before she gets better at assassinate. Heal troops. Increases replenishment rate of parent army. That's kind of nice. Damage buildings, demoralize army. And then this replenisher. There's a lot of interesting stuff there. Let's try and open up some of these down here. Let's take this Banshee on the other hand, and let's bring the Banshee down this way. And where's that other Banshee that I had been sending north? Let's bring both the Banshees down here to Aberheim, and let's meet some of this chaos bullcrap that's going on down here, and let's use some of our money to upgrade this settlement while we're at it. Get their defenses started up just in case somehow chaos goes through all the ruined lands and gets to me. It's not an unrealistic thought. I'm going to keep my Necromancer up there where I can spot incoming enemies relatively easy. And I'm going to actually go ahead and take Von Karstein and go ahead and resettle the castle here. Just because there's no enemies around, and we can go ahead and start building this up, and the faster we get the gold mine in this territory, the better. It's in Wolfenburg, where the gold mine is. But we'll go ahead and start that province to building. We've got Heinrich sitting there. Let's go ahead and end another turn here. We got a skill point for Katarina Von Pachi. Let's go ahead and make her fully influential here. That way we can spread vampiric corruption more effectively with the agents. I think what I want my agents to be able to do is, best case scenario, they would be able to assassinate and spread vampiric corruption quickly. But at least be able to spread vampiric corruption pretty effectively for each agent would kind of be ideal. Looks like those chaos agents are heading south. Let's see what the Varg are going to do. Really? Fine with me. Have a nice death. Look at all these crypt ghouls. And there's crypt horrors. Oh boy, this is going to be funny. Part of me wants to fight this just so I can see these guys getting wailed on by Cryptors, so let's do it. There's nothing like a good 1080p, 60 FPS Cryptor beating. Ha, the little wog. Look at that little icon there, that's hilarious. Spell stabbing. Oh man, the Greenskins have some of the most creative names. They are truly funny. I think Chaos, yeah, they attacked me, so I'm gonna get up on top of this hill with Sextus. These Crypt Ghouls, not good against like heavy armor or anything, but anything less than heavy armor will suffer pretty greatly at their hands. Fell Bats, of course, good just for disruption. Maybe inflicting like penalties. Dire Wolves can Vanguard deploy. There we go. And we will bring in the Dire Wolves. This Chaos Chariot's going to be one of the better units they have. Whoa. Man, that debug camera is nice, but at the same time, like, it makes it to where it's so easy to, like, fall below the map. It's kind of dark, but there's the Chaos Chariot. There's worse versions of the Chaos Chariot, fortunately for me. I'm not facing those. They do have the Chaos Trolls, and they've got a Cavalry Lord here. But I mean, their Chaos Marauders are not gonna fare so well against Crypt Ghouls, especially not fighting uphill. Let's see here. Let's go ahead and fast forward. My Cryptors ought to do pretty well versus their Chaos Trolls. So I'm going to kind of keep my Cryptors in a position to support against those Trolls. These Dire Wolves should have started moving already. I'm going to start running them this way. See if we can bog down the Chariots. Let's bring Sextus up to support morale. Bring our Bats where they can rear charge, and our Dire Wolves are moving up. Okay. And then where's my Cryptors? Where's the Chaos Trolls? Right here. I'm gonna pin down some of the Dire Wolves, or I mean some of the let's check this out. Let's watch my Dire Wolves get into the back of all these Chaos Marauders. Kind of a dark battle. There's my Cryptors mixing it up with the Chaos Trolls. Cryptors they're pretty brutal because they have the my Crypt Ghouls are crumbling, but my Cryptors won't. I'm chasing their leader off, and we've routed out their guys over here. Let's bring that in. Yeah, my Cryptors are absolutely just beasting away everything they've come into contact with. My Crypt Ghouls didn't so much like that fight versus the Trolls. That's not surprising. They're more of a shock infantry. They're not really made for. Let's chase down their leader. Bats too. Get all my fast units chasing down their leader, and we'll destroy him. He's pretty quick because he's on cavalry. I think my Dire Wolves and Bats will be able to catch him. I don't know whether they'll be able to stop him. Oh yeah, they're going to help bog him down though. Pretty seriously bad. He's definitely not going to make it off the battlefield alive. There we go. Perfect. Okay. Decisive victory. So we got rid of the filthy scum. Their chariot routed though and didn't die. That's pretty irritating. And they're gonna get a new leader back on this turn. Yeah. They got a leader back, which is pretty irritating. I wonder if we just do like a quick raise the dead, if it'll give us the auto resolve here. It will. There we go. We got a biting blade apparently. I've got to go check on my boy real quick. You all won't know the difference because I'm going to stop recording, but I'll be right back. Alright, I am back and ready to keep things moving. I don't think we need these. Well, these other troops don't cost much. Let's keep these guys heading up there. We just picked up a level for Sextus. I'm going to put him on a Barded Nightmare so he can get around better. And then let's take a look at his character here. Got this Shrieking War sword, Seagull sword, weapon strength. So that one takes his weapon strength all the way up to 455. That's pretty nice. Let's swap it over to that one. There's no talisman available. There's no armor. And then an arcane item. Magic resistance, I guess. We don't have anything else to give him. Might as well. Give him a black cat and that raise the dead thing. There we go. So we got a couple of characters to help him out, make him a little more viable. Not to mention we got those Varg scum out of my lands, and they are scum. Okay, those Chaos Agents still aren't too far away from my Banshee, so I'm going to go down and try and take them out. Do the old world a favor and get rid of them. Unless they go further south. If they move further south, I may just ignore them. Nope, they did not. So I'm going to go down and meet them. Try and assassinate them. That'll help my Banshee gain some skill anyway. Yeah, like I said earlier though, man, I'm thoroughly enjoying this game. There's definitely a few things about it that could be improved, and I find out more about that as we go through it. But at the same time, like, it's not bad. Like, the game is very solid in its current state, without even really needing a whole lot of changes, and it's going to be a lot of fun, and with lots more changes and other stuff on the way, I'm sure, with DLC and new factions and possibly expansions and who knows, all kinds of stuff. This game, in my mind, has a lot of potential life in it. And I'm excited about that. It's good to see that they released a Total War game that, you know, that really has some potential finally after a couple of releases that were just honestly pretty subpar. Attila and Rome 2 both were quite subpar in terms of, you know, what we'd hoped to expect from a Total War game. And chaos can come down through these mountains sometimes too, so we're going to have to watch that. We may have to double back in a hurry. Let's get this Banshee. She can come down here. Whew, even my Banshees have very, very little chance of accomplishing anything. And there's a 1 in 10 chance that I get myself wounded here. But the Banshees are going to have as good a chance as anybody does. So I'm going to keep trying it. Might as well. And I want to save my money so I can build up the gold mine, but I also kind of need to go ahead and build defenses there. So now we're good to end the turn. Once we get the gold mine at Wolfenburg built up, that's going to be absolutely sweet. There's Archaeon himself, actually. I'm going to have to send Heinrich Kemmler down there to meet him. Unless, if von Karstein is in decent shape, I'll send him. But Von Karstein's going to have to help guard Oslen because we just settled it, and there's a bunch of agents moving towards me. So I think we are going to kind of have to take Kemmler and make a beeline south. A lot of our buildings down here have pretty solid defenses, but not all of them. Like, that is one that we probably need to improve, but at this point it's not going to be improved before Archaeon can get there anyway. We could take our Banshee. We have a very small chance, but we could also screw up their campaign movement range. Let's try that. There we go. So Archaeon, yep, lost 50% of his campaign movement range. Level 10 and a level... They're both level 10. They probably just randomly spawned them in a level 10 agent. There we go. Look at this. 2 successes in the same turn out of my Banshees. I don't know what planet I'm living on, but the world's a better place. We've got full level assassin there, despoiler, harassment, attrition, spy, inspector. Wow, we can drive up 15% income in a local region. Damage walls. Reduces. Interesting. There's a lot of interesting skills down here. Let's go. Let's start giving one of those inspector ones. Interesting. So that Banshee is going to become a potentially very useful unit. We need to go ahead and upgrade there. And let's just bring this Necromancer up here and deploy. I think it's only going to help like the Winds of Magic, but it'll give him a little bit of experience each turn for being deployed like that. And we need to do the same thing here. Just so that those guys are doing something rather than nothing. And again, getting that gold mine built up there is going to be a huge help. It looks like our White King has gained the level 2. So we got him upgraded on Patrol Ambusher. We need to put one more skill down here in the in these blue range to help him get to Champion, which will help him assassinate characters also. And I want to get them good at that before we go back and start focusing on some of the other skills that are going to be less important right now. There's a port up there at Erengrad too. That's going to be massively important. Wow. I'd say chaos has arrived, folks. They're at Volksgrad. There's 2 stacks. So we're definitely going to have to bring Von Karstein to take a look. There's a stupid Varg agent running around down here. They failed an assassination attempt. Okay. We're definitely going to need Von Karstein to be ready to get into the action. Kemmler can reach Essen, and we should be able to head off Archaeon. I'm going to try and block his army again. Sweet! We succeeded again. That is downright awesome. Damage walls. 2 additional wall breaches. Now that's pretty sweet ability too. Essen. Okay, let's go ahead and drop in the Tarnished Gold Shaft. We need to... I'm going to bring him over to Wolfenburg, and then we're going to take Von Karstein back this way. And let's see, can we get rid of this? I know this Chaos Agent isn't in my land, but this is helping my characters level up too. Really? The success rate is so low that I can't even attempt to assassinate the Chaos. Look at this. He was level 10 when I looked at him last time, and he's now level 15 after like 1 turn. Tell me how that works. I think I have an idea, but yeah. just going to deploy that Banshee. That Banshee's having some good success. Okay, those Chaos stacks are still a pretty good ways off, but they're going to be heading down towards Southern Oblast. And we need to get our defenses built up more here. We've got some defenses, but it's going to need to be more. So whatever money I get on the next turn, I'm going to start pouring it into the defenses of Kislev and Zavastra. And we're going to have to keep building in order to get defenses in... Okay, Archaeon's trying to run, but he doesn't have very good movement range right now, so I might be able to catch him. Ah! They wounded my Banshee down there, but that's not going to be the end of the world. What kind of... All I can get's a zombie. Screw that. I can probably just raise the dead. We can catch Archaeon here. Chaos Warriors with halberds. Well, they're not going to be that good versus my warriors. And then they've just got Marauder Horsemen. So that means cavalry-wise, we've got these guys highly outmatched. I feel pretty confident that we can take out Archaeon if we could reach him. But I still can't just quite reach him. Dang it! And we failed that time to stop Archaeon. How convenient for him. But maybe he'll attack me because I got this army out in the open. We'll see. Misdirect her block army, so we can increase her chance of blocking army and then make her even better at spreading vampiric corruption. So that Banshee will start to be a pretty useful agent. And like I said, what money I have free, we need to start working towards improved defenses. Which means we need to upgrade the settlement at Kislev, and that's going to take most of our money for this turn. And it's going to take our population surplus. Let's see which one has the worst defense. Now, I mean, the defenses here are pretty decent. They're not great, but they're better than the other ones. So what I'm thinking, though, is that Kislev will be the easiest to defend, whereas the other two will be harder. And they might be able to reach Kislev on the next turn, but it has walls, so they're not getting to it immediately. So I'll go ahead and park von Karstein in right there. Did this agent succeed too? Did I have an agent standing there? I thought I did. I've got a... Yeah, that was my Necromancer who just got wounded. And then we've got the Banshee wounded also. So no big surprises there. 2 turns until we have that gold line. That's going to kick up our income a pretty decent amount. And will be nice. Let's see if Archaeon the Everchosen, who's supposed to be so tough and scary, attacks me, or if he walks around me, which I'm thinking he's going to try and walk around me and either siege one of my settlements, or he's just going to take off running. If he attacks me, I'll be pleasantly surprised. Thank you, Archaeon. Now, clearly you're an idiot, but I'm surprised in a pleasant way. He does have 2 Chaos Warriors, but the rest of his army is pretty junk. Let's go ahead and fight this. Give Archaeon a good old-fashioned butt kicking. And then I should be done for this episode. Archaeon the Everchosen. The ever stupid, ever annoying, ever ugly. Okay, I'm gonna put a Black Knight and a Hex Wraith on each flank. And we got Kemmler. And I've got Crypt Horrors, and I'm actually thinking of using my Crypt Horrors to do the initial... Well, his guys have halberds. I'm actually going to use my Crypt Horrors to support my cavalry, because they're quite fast. And Vargeist, let's just wait and see. White King, my Vampire doesn't have... Or actually, let's start deployment. All she has is Spirit Leech. I say all, that's pretty helpful. My White King doesn't have any abilities, and Kemmler has magic missiles and an augment that heals a little. Where's my Terrorgeist? Terrorgeist. There we go. Start the battle. Come at me, Chaos. Come at me. You don't have what it takes. I'm actually going to use my Vargeist, I think, to chase down some of their cavalry. Because my Vargeist and my Terrorgeist are pretty quick. Okay, let's wait for Chaos to approach me just a little bit. Two very rushy armies coming to face each other here. Is the Chaos... so Archaeon's a sorcerer. He's going to have access to magic the same as me. Well, not the same lore, but in the same way that I do. There's Archaeon. Looking pretty menacing, I have to say. Bah, we're not that scared. I mean, a lot of my creatures look pretty menacing too, so... Holy crap, that debug camera, man, it struggles with the hills. It scrolls in faster until you get down at the lower altitude, and then it's like it goes a whole heck of a lot slower. It's kind of odd. Okay, all their cavalry is whipping out over here, and then same thing on the other flank. Let's go into slow motion real quick so I can issue some orders. I'm going to come out here, push all these guys back. I'm going to take these two Vargeist and actually just start hunting down Marauder Horsemen. I don't think the Marauder Horsemen can outrun my Vargeist. If they can, it's not going to be a lot. Let's bring my Hex Wraiths out here. And then these Crypt Ghouls, I'm actually just going to keep them on the flank. Let's take our Terrorgeist and Hex Wraiths and just see if we can catch some of these Marauder Horsemen. Not likely. But my flying units might be able to catch them. They are running like crazy, though. I'm just going to take out the Direwolves real quick. Their Marauder Horsemen may be able to stay away from my Vargeist. I would have thought the Vargeist were fast enough, but they're not staying away from my Terrorgeist, apparently. I can just use these Crypt Ghouls to keep that guy busy. And let's take this main line, hard group him. And let's hit play, and let's charge this main Chaos line. I'm going to use some magic missiles right here. Let's push those guys out. Oh, that was a single magic missile, and it went right through the back of my own men. Good to know. Where the heck did Archaeon go? Here he is. So let's Spirit Leech Archaeon. Let's hit play. Yeah, I'm chasing off their Marauder Horsemen, but honestly, that's a waste of time. Let's just bring our cavalry in. I'd like to get you all some close-ups, but the paddles are so fast. Yeah, he's not going to do anything to my Crypt Ghouls over here. Kemmler has a good opportunity, I think, to get over here. Let's take this lady on in. Terrorgeist can... Let's take the Terrorgeist. Let's get into the back of these halberds. You all get there. Watch this with... Watch this magic missile. This ought to be a pretty good spot for it. Watch. Boom! That was a pretty nice little shot right there, not gonna lie. I was pretty happy with that. I'm not mocking you. Should I be? Okay, let's just get these guys back in here. Get back in here. There we go. I'm gonna get my knights with lances and barding over here real quick. This fight is, it's okay for us. The Terrorgeist is helping me mop it up. And then with the shock cavalry coming in, that ought to be enough to tilt this one in our favor. These Chaos guys are getting whipped up on pretty bad. Check out my Grave Guard coming down in here with all the Black Knights already. So those guys are going to get wrecked. All we have left is Von Karstein himself, or Everchosen. Let's go after Everchosen with everything we got. Katarina, go ahead and Spirit Leech that fool. Vargeist, chase him. Cryptors, chase him. Terrorgeist, chase him. Hexwraiths, Knights, chase him. White King, chase him. So I've got like pretty much everybody chasing Everchosen, and he's getting Spirit Leeched on top of all of it. This guy is severely boned. I'm going to send her chasing him too, so that I can get close enough to Spirit Leech him again. And Spirit Leech recharges so fast, it is really quite broken. Yeah, there we go. We're going to Spirit Leech him. Look at the Terror guys pushing him around. Hex Wraiths everywhere. This guy is in over his head, and now he's dead. So we can quit the battle. So we managed to injure Everchosen on the battlefield and thoroughly destroy his army there. He was definitely not up to that task. He may have thought he was, but he was not. We got some decent loot off of him too. Really wish you could raise the dead from the chaos. I'm kind of disappointed that you can't. Alright, but now, having dealt with Everchosen, we can take Kemmler and we can double back north. And we should be in good position. But I am out of time for this episode. As soon as the turn ends up, I'm going to go ahead and save it. And I will see you all back on the next one. Definitely hope you enjoyed it. HeirofCarthage, signing out for now.